So if you want to settle in for this guided meditation, some great trees dancing on your background, man, super activating. Love that. If you can find a quietish space for it's going to be a bit of an extended one, probably like at least 15 minutes. If you need to, you can drop your grounding cord, calling your quantum pillar of light. Just connect in, dropping that grounding cord down from your root through your Earth Star chakra, through the magma that crossed the core, the mantle, the quantum mycelium, primordial waters, and plug in and connect to the crystalline heart of Gaia Sophia, Mother Earth, breathing a color frequency down through your braid or your grounding cord, and then inhaling that same exact color up, and allowing that to travel up from your base, root chakra, all the way to the crown, third eye, crown, soul star, and out the top of your head. You're really just grounding you in. If you prefer, you can meet us at the Sun's Radiance Room. This is kind of that calibrated space where we meet up. Or if you just want to astral travel or listen along from where your physical body is there. If you need to lie down, you can lie down, recline, sit, dim the lights, lower your gaze. We're going to be taking a magical trip, a little deeply embodied journey to Pandora. This is a planet located outside of our solar system in the Alpha Centauri A system. And just from the space around you, allowing this space to shift with your consciousness, you can imagine that you're arriving at a threshold, a portal like the one behind me, a doorway, of living light spread out right before you. It's not asking anything from you, simply inviting you in. And then whenever you're ready, stepping through this portal or threshold or doorway, or allowing the scene just to shift around you, energetically, astrally, etherically. Imagine as you arrive to Pandora, this is a living planet, an intelligent ecosystem located within the Alpha Centauri A star cluster. And you can feel immediately around you, allow your senses to expand, your clairs to open, noticing that everything around you, if there's sound, sense, light, everything around you is responsive, everything around you is fully aware. The air itself feels very vibrant, almost musical, like it carries, we were talking earlier specifically, like chords or notes. Very musical, a higher dimensional octave. And as you stand here in this space, you realize that you don't need to figure anything out. So opening our heart resonance field, dropping out of the mental, out of the emotional. If you want to, you can put your hand on your heart if that feels aligned. Opening into that heart resonance feel, you only need to sense, giving yourself permission to receive, allowing your inner child to come with you, your guides to come with you, and just be fully present, fully aligned, fully anchored. You are safe, you are held, you are loved. Imagine yourself as the scene continues to shift and come into focus, walking into a dense rainforest biome. Vincent's got some great pictures on his background if you're here with us live. In this dense rainforest biome, picture the canopy around you as it is thick and alive, with just layers and levels of leaves filtering the soft light into emerald hues, feeling the ground beneath you with your feet. It's warm and springy, almost like the land is breathing. The first thing that you may notice is the soundscape itself. Birds calling that feels like songs. Insects humming like tuning forks, and a distant ripple of movement as if the forest itself is speaking or moving in waves. And as you walk along, you become aware here that the plants here have spirit, not as an idea, but as a felt presence. They are alive with this consciousness, with this intelligence. And as you're walking along, just allow your inner child to play. Pause near a tree, putting your hand on it, and feel as if this tree recognizes you. You don't have to name the tree. Just simply feel into that relationship, placing your palm upon its bark, and allow the tree to speak into that sensation, to speak through you. Maybe you feel a warmth, maybe there's a pulse, a memory, or just a calming presence comes into your spirit. Looking around, noticing the animals around you. Some of them are small and shimmering, bioluminescence, curious and playful, noticing the movement through the shadows, the guardians of this jungle rainforest. Here, nothing is hostile when you respect it. Everything responds to your field, to your energy in coherence. And you can ask quietly from your heart, again, if you want to do one hand on your heart, what is a gift that this jungle wishes to share with me today? And listen for an answer. Maybe there's an image, or it's just a feeling, or a word arises. Maybe that gift is patience, or courage, or like trust. It could even come across as like a symbol. Whatever it is, receive it gently. Listening once again. Feeling into what is one healing that this jungle can offer to my body or my nervous system. feel as the rainforest breathes through you, bringing you back into rhythm, coherence. See if you can sense a color or frequency and let that color or frequency wash through your body, your chest, your heart, your belly, your spine, up and down your spine or your limbs. Taking one slow inhale here, big deep inhale into this forest, into this rainforest. Holding. Exhaling. Letting the jungle stabilize your field. Continuing along your journey in this forest. Notice as it opens to a natural pathway, almost like this land is guiding you, getting curious on the path ahead, giving yourself permission to follow it, to explore, to play, be free, and noticing off into the distance ahead of you, or maybe to one of the sides as you come up, you begin to hear water off into the distance, and the air starts to become colder. Smelling, the scent becomes mineral-like and clean, freshening. And then with your next breath, the world shifts. And as you come through this opening, you now stand at the edge of a vast, shimmering ocean, endless and alive. The horizon glows before you, and the sea breathes in slow swells. Here before you, allowing your senses to expand, you feel a water-based society here, people who live in harmony with the oceans, with the tides, with the currents, and the immense, massive variety of sea life. Their way of life is not separate from the water, it is deeply woven into it. Stepping forward, you move into the ocean and the water welcomes you. Moving down, you can breathe or you can float. Either way, knowing that you are safe, knowing that you are held. As you move forward, you notice the inhabitants of the sea, schools of luminous fish that move like living geometry. Larger inhabitants or beings who live here in society together. You can see their boats, their huts, their temples, their way of life interwoven. Coral cities that feel like they sing underneath the waves. And stepping forward, you meet one of the representatives of this ocean tribal-based society. They can appear as an elder, a guide, or one of your aspects. They don't need words to speak to you. They communicate through resonance, through telepathy if you're open to that. And maybe you hear singing or light language if that's more resonant for you. You can sing back to them, speak back to them in your light language, your toning. This guide or this tribal elder or inhabitant of this place, they offer a teaching how to live in flow without losing your center, how to feel deeply without drowning, how to move just like the elements without forcing. We can ask curiously, what does the ocean want me to remember here? What does the ocean want me to remember? Letting that answer come in the way of words, sensations, or feelings. Maybe it's a symbol or a sound or just a deep inner knowing. Speaking, I got a left ear confirmation on that. Speaking into the field. What part of me is ready to soften into trust? Feel the ocean receive what you're ready to release. Any tightness, any fear. Maybe you're ready to take off that armor, metaphorically, energetically, or physically, offering that to the ocean. Taking a breath here as if you're breathing through the front of your heart, inhaling deeply. We're going to exhale out the sides and through the back of the heart. Let's do one more breath. Breathing into the front of our heart. Exhaling out through the sides and the back of your heart. You can make a sound. Letting the ocean recalibrate you. Allowing the current or the waves to guide you towards land again. Stepping onto the beach, the shoreline, the surface. The air begins to warm your body, the sun, the codes. You walk forward. You can follow your inner child or your guides here. And notice as the landscape begins to change, begins to shift one more time around you. Moving towards the jungle begins to thin. Following your intuition forward. that frequency of play. The trees become fewer and the sky expands before you. Bursts of prismatic colors, watching the landscape expand out in front. You can feel the pull and notice the mountains beginning to come within your view or perception. As you keep on moving, you arrive at the borderlands where the mountain ranges meet a vast desert expanse. The land here is more raw. The wind, the element of wind, the wind elementals are stronger here, and the sun comes in more direct. Yet, as you sense around you, allowing yourself to expand, you notice that this place is not empty. It's very powerful. It carries the elemental intelligence. The landscape before you that tests your integrity. Peering across, you notice fire and volcanoes, smoke that refines truth in the air here that sharpens your perception. Noticing the kingdoms around you, the stone and the minerals that teach endurance and hold the knowledge. They remember. And as you move through the scenic landscape before you, your guides are here, your inner child is here, we are here together, moving as a tribe. You begin to sense a nomadic tribal society here, people that move with the seasons, who move with the volcanic cycles and the rhythms of this harsh and abundant terrain and landscape. They know how to survive, yes, but more, they know how to listen to the land. Peering off into the distance, you can see some volcanic activity, smelling the smoke, sensing the smoke, the warmth, the rumble of this Pandora's planet's deep heartbeat, that pulse, that rhythm, that energetic hum. You can feel it. This is the place of transmutation. A guide or a soul aspect approaches you, whatever feels most resonant. Notice that they are steady, they are grounded. Maybe even direct, looking at your direction with a calm that doesn't flinch. And we can ask them here in this space, what strength is ready to awaken inside of me? Once again, what strength is ready to awaken inside of me? Speaking that out into the grids, into the mountains, into the volcanoes. And what must I release in order to live more embodied? What must I release in order to live more embodied here? More embodied in my life? more embodied in spiritual community, on my soul path, on my ascension journey. Notice what emotions come up, and if you feel or sense any fear, don't push away from it. Anything that comes up here merely just needs to be witnessed and released. The land teaches you that your full truth can be held. Now imagine stepping to a safe distance away from the volcanoes, the lava. Maybe there's some like bubbling vents. You extend your hand towards this warmth and offer something into this element of flame that you are ready to transform. That you're ready to release. Maybe this is an old identity. It could be a limiting belief. Maybe it's a self-protection habit or coping mechanism, a pattern of thought or doubt, confusion, and just watch it dissolve in this elemental place of fire, of volcano, of ash, not violently, but clearly. Offering it to become fuel for a new life, and in return, weaving into this field or grid here. Maybe you receive something back from Pandora. Looking around, noticing maybe there's a stone or a talisman. A mark or a symbol. If you're not sensing it, you can ask your inner child to bring it forward too in that frequency of play. Tucking it away. Allowing yourself to take a breath here. One breath, deep breath in. Holding and then slowly exhaling. One more breath in this landscape of Pandora. Deep breath in. Holding. Exhaling down and through your chakras. Now it's time to return as we begin to shift, bringing those gifts back with you. Maybe you received something and your inner child got something, or you're just picking up a stone, a leaf, a seashell, a memento, a symbol. And imagine that gentle pathway back out of this landscape, heading back into the dense jungle, rainforest biome. And as you're walking through, reaching out and touching the leaves, the bioluminescence, and bringing forward one last time that frequency of Tsaheylu, the Na'vi word for connection. Taking time here to connect one last time into Pandora, into the trees, the rainforest, the jungle, the planet. With Tsaheylu, with that connection, anything is possible. Remembering that you are not separate, we are not separate from one another. We are all connected, just like in this landscape of Pandora. You are not alone. We are one another. We are the collective. In that heart resonance field, we are love. Bringing yourself back into the space once more and just gently guiding your way back towards the way that you came in. If you came in through the doorway of living light, or maybe you used a portal, or you just shifted the scene around you, allowing that to bring itself forward, and then stepping through that threshold, that doorway, that portal, or just shifting the scene around you, sending deep love and gratitude to Pandora, to all of the animals, the trees, the kingdoms, the elements, the elementals, the guides who step forward to assist us, Pandora herself. Deep love and gratitude to one another, to your inner child, to your guides who came with you on this powerful guided journey into ourselves, into remembrance, into the higher dimensions. Landing back in your body and taking your time here. Gentle wiggles. Allowing yourself to arrive fully back into your physical body. And again, if you need to anchor in, pick up that crystal cards, light a candle, sip on some water, get your wiggles in, and I'm just going to go on mute here, and I'm going to allow us to just bring forward any shares that feel aligned. You don't have to share. If you want to share, you can. If you want to leave us a comment, you can. If you want to reply back in the Telegram, I would be so honored to witness your reply and correspond with you. Thank you so much.